Welcome to the All Saints Catholic School online sixth form induction. Hello sixth former and welcome to session 7. Now this session's all about having an open mind. What you will need for this session: a pen, a quiet place where you can focus, your induction booklet, and most importantly, an open mind. By the end of the session, you will have reflected on how you decide what you believe and why, developed your critical thinking, explored the ideas of fake news and bias in what we read and see and what we hear, and you'll have developed your ability to form a justified conclusion. And hopefully, you'll be able to improve your debating skills and be ready to have an informed argument. Good luck. So let's get going. Take a look at this first slide. Now take a closer look. What on this slide is true? What on this slide is fake? How are things written? What on it is designed to persuade you of something? Think about colours, tone, grammar, full stops, logos. What do we believe about what we see and why? So moving on, task 1. What's your name? How do you know you are you? Without being too philosophical, who were you before you received your birth certificate? Could you explain who you were in words? Are you your passport, your fingerprint, your family, your driver's licence, your GCSE results? Write down all the things that make you you, and then think about all the ways those things could be questioned. Why do they have authority over who you are? Task 2. So this is one of my favourite clips. It comes from the Guardian newspaper. Now please watch it, and as you do, consider what it's trying to tell us. What does it make us think? What does it make us question? And why should we really consider what it's trying to make us think? The key word here is perspective. And whose perspective do we rely on?
An event seen from one point of view gives one impression. Seen from another point of view, it gives quite a different impression. But it's only when you get the whole picture you can fully understand what's going on.
Here's a classic task for you, spot the difference. Look at the two images. Why do you think the advertisers of this film felt they needed to edit the image of this poster? Should they be able to? Why is there a difference? What does it tell us about the media we consume, and what does it tell us about the way we think and feel? Which one should we trust, and why? So here we are with a fantastic poem by Brian Bilston. So task 4 and 5, please read this poem as you would. Read it out loud or silently to yourself. Ask yourself, what is it about? And having read it, what title would you give it and why? Then for task 5, I'd like you to change perspective and read the poem from the bottom up rather than from the top down. Well done, we've made progress. You've reflected on how you decide what to believe, and you've developed your critical thinking. So task 6, what we have here is a classic portrayal of how the press and the media may present the same story slightly differently. Take a look at this Wall Street Journal front page. Spot the difference and ask yourself, why is there a difference? Where is the bias? Why is there bias? Can we ever avoid it? Is it helpful or harmful? How should you really look at the newspapers and the news when you consume them? So here's task 7. I'd like to enjoy this clip on YouTube. It's all about fake news. Ask yourself, is it really a thing? Who cares? Should we care? But how would you know it was fake news? Ultimately, where do we derive the truth? And can we ever get to the real underlying truth of every story? Well done. We've got to the end of this session. Really, it's a session all about asking questions. There are no real answers. But what I hope it's done is helped you think about what you read, what you hear, what you see, what you believe, and really question them. Because the key skill for you to develop as you go forward is discernment. How do you choose and select what is of value and what is not? Because the choices you make determine your successes, your failures, your outcomes, and your enjoyment. So good luck, and if you have any questions, just let me know. Well done. You've reached the end of the session. I hope you really reflected on how you decide what you believe in. I hope you enjoyed looking at the clips, listening to the lecture, and I hope you enjoyed looking at those 2 newspaper headlines and really thought about why they are so different and yet they're exactly the same publication. What is it that we can trust? And more importantly, how can this session help you write fantastic essays and help you reach justified conclusions? How are your ideas developed? How can you think more critically? Good luck.